of murdering her son. Sarah Safranek appears in court to listen to charges related to the death of 7-year-old Nathaniel Burton. Many in the community, including a local politician, believe the investigation shouldn't stop with her.
23 News reporter Brandon Giese was in the courtroom and tells us why some question whether DCFS played a role in this tragedy.
Safranek listened to Judge John Reddington read all 6 counts she faces. 5 of them are for first-degree murder. Those closest to Nathaniel believe there needs to be a more thorough examination of how we got to this point.
So many times we want to give the kids back to the parents at all costs, and this time it cost Nathaniel his life.
Sarah Safranek shows little emotion in her first appearance answering to charges of killing her 7-year-old son, Nathaniel Burton.
I will absolutely push for a thorough understanding of what involvement DCFS as a system had in this case.
Safranek could spend the rest of her life in prison if convicted, but some feel there should be another investigation to determine if others deserve to be held accountable.
Was there a failure in the system of DCFS? And if so, what changes can we make to ensure that those failures don't happen again?
90th District State Representative Tom Demmer says he contacted local law enforcement when he learned of Nathaniel's death.
I don't know of whether caseload was a contributing factor in this case. That's something that, of course, would be a question that's asked during, during investigation.
In 1988, the American Civil Union of Illinois DCFS entered an agreement called the BH Consent Decree. It sets goals for the department and is supposed to limit the amount of new cases an investigator can take at any given time. Heidi Dahlenberg with the ACLU says there are times where the agency does not meet the agreement's terms.
Their performance varies a lot across the state. Depending on your location, the department either does a pretty decent job of keeping the assignments to where they should be, and in other locations, they have a very hard time doing that.
Dahlenberg cannot say if caseload plays a role in the death of Nathaniel Burton, but some just want answers.
This case is not being ignored. We understand that there are facts that need to be found. There are people who need to be held accountable, whether that's through the criminal justice system or other investigations. We're not going to stop on this.
We don't want Nathaniel's life to be in vain. It will not be in vain. We want to see the system change.
I spoke with DCFS officials about allegations in Nathaniel's case. The agency confirms it did serve Nathaniel throughout his life, but did not provide more details.
Thank you, Brandon. And Dahlenberg says in the agreement between the ACLU of Illinois and the DCFS, in a month's time, a child protection service worker or an investigator shouldn't get more than 12 new assignments.